Tashley and welcome to the Tibet Museum bi-monthly talk series. Today we have here with us Mr. Tsawon Dojila, who is currently doing his internship in Tibet Policy Institute, CTA. Mr. Dojila did his schooling from TCB, Tibetan Children Village School in Himachal Pradesh. Mr. Doji completed his Master of Arts and Master of Philosophy degree from the Department of Politics and Public Administration from University of Madras, Chennai. Currently, he is pursuing his PhD program in Department of Politics and Public Administration from the same university. And his area of research studies are Sino-India's geostrategic relation, water conflicts in the Himalayan regions, China's Tibet policy and its implication to South Asia, and Sino-Indian strategic culture and its impact. Today he'll talk on question of Doklam in Sino-Indian geostrategic relation. Please, Mr. Dojila.
Good afternoon all. Actually I'm not a scholar and expert on that, but I'm just a student, PhD scholar student. And today I'm going to speak on the question of Doklam in India-China geostrategic relation, because at the current situation, China has facing two geostrategic crises. One is front, another is back. The front is North Korean issue, and then the back side strategic crisis is Doklam. So today we are going to discuss on the Doklam issue, how Doklam issue is all about, and what is the India's implication, what is Bhutan's implication, and what is China's implication. Before we go through that, we should know what is Doklam, where is Doklam, and why Doklam matters. Doklam is disputed territory in between China's occupied Tibet and Bhutan. So you can see on the map, this is like there's a tiny particle in between China's occupied Tibet, Champi Valley, and then Bhutan's Har district. And so where is the Doklam? The question is that the many of the the people, they confuse where is the Doklam. So actually Doklam is no man's land. Doklam is like so it's a very barren, it's a very terrain, and so it the humans actually it's very hard to survive at the Doklam. So the Doklam is just a plateau, small plateau, and the area of the Doklam is like 600 square kilometer. This is just the Doklam. So apart from 600 square kilometer, so the distributed Doklam is just 89 square kilometer. So 89 square kilometer in between Bhutan and Tibet occupied, Chinese occupied Tibet right now is distributed. So why Doklam matters? Why we talk about Doklam? Why Doklam matters is that Doklam is located just near the India-China-Bhutan tri-junction. So it's obviously it's a very important, strategically it's very important. And so why Doklam matters that recently, because the Chinese military stopped building road in distributed territory called Doklam. So it makes Doklam highlight in the global sports. So this is tri-junction between Nepal, Bhutan, and then China and India. So just see that right side is Doklam Plateau, and that upper side is Champi Valley, and then this one is the Bhutan. So Doklam is in between that, this is tri-junction actually. This is tri-junction. So Doklam is located here. So Therefore, it's strategic. Why it's like strategic implications that when China start building road, so like then China is closer to the Indian, Indian territory, and the so-called like we used to call like it's a Silk Road corridor, and the Silk Road corridor we used to call it's a chicken neck. So the chicken neck is India's strategic weakness. So like when China more closer to the Indian territory, it getting more threat to the Indian subcontinent because this Silk Road corridor is strategically very important. If suppose in a situation like war situation, if China and India may have the conflict, war, or start war, so like that Silk Road corridor is very the vulnerable because like Silk Road corridor links the entire northeast state. So if the Chinese cut the Silk Road corridor, we used to call chicken neck. So the entire northeast state goes away from the Indian mainland. So it like so India feels like Silk Road corridor as a strategically vulnerable. Therefore, the issue of Doklam, it started all about. So whatever we had discussed about is like the current the current situation. So when we go back to history, why Doklam matters? Why India, China, Bhutan talk about Doklam? And like historically, when we go to the history, in the 19th century, end of the 19th century or beginning of the 19th century, and then the three great power like Russia and British and then China, they play a game. The game is called Great Game. The Great Game means like these three the powerful country, they contest to conquer the territory in Central Asia. So at that point of view, Tibet becomes the theater of Great Game. Because like Tibet shares border with the India, so that time India was under the British control. So to protect India, so the British has to protect or to protect the Tibet. Therefore, British use the strategy called double rampart strategy. So the rampart means like it's to against it's a defensive. So rampart strategy in the sense because like at that time, at the end of 19th century or earlier 20th century, so China and Russia, they have interest to Tibet because the Tibet Tibet locate strategically very important. So that's why British fear that if the Russian influence and Chinese influence in Tibet, and it might threat to the Indian subcontinent. Therefore, British opt this strategy. So in that strategy, the outer rampart is Tibet, and the inner rampart is like Nepal, Sikkim, and Bhutan. So British knew that Tibet, British knew that their influence in Tibet is limited. Therefore, they want to protect these inner, the Himalaya countries like Bhutan and then Nepal and Sikkim. So therefore, they build like that. At that time, British the British signed a treaty so now China used to call 1890 treaty to demarcate the Sikkim and Tibet border. And so this is the background history why Doklam matters. But in fact, like when British left India, so the issue of this territory could not able to solve it. So that's why issues start now. So now the current situation actually. The current situation starts from June 16. The June 16 PLA start building road in so-called disputed territory as Doklam. So Doklam is actually disputed territory in Bhutan and then the China. So for that way, the Bhutan agitated to Chinese incursion, China's building road in that territory, that disputed territory. Therefore, in fact, like Bhutan is small country, militarily is very weak. So Bhutan sex, Bhutan sex help from India because India and Bhutan they had treaty called 2007 treaty. So friendship and defensive treaty. So that treaty in that treaty, so India has to protect Bhutanese these things territory. So for that way, like so, India went to India went to this Doklam area and then face off with the Chinese military. So June 18, so Chinese military, the Chinese military and the Indian military they face off at the Doklam. So far, like since from then, Doklam issue is one of the longest border face off between India and China. So now like today is like August 23rd, right? So it started from June 16. So still like the situation situation is going on. So then what is China's claim? So the Chinese claims that China often or firmly said that Doklam is Chinese territory. Therefore, the China has right to build the road in their own territory. And why China is saying that China just got the 1890 treaty. The 1890 treaty was signed by the Qing dynasty and then British India to demarcate the border between Sikkim and Tibet. So according to that treaty, China claimed that Doklam is Chinese territory. So India's interface in Doklam is like illegal and then violate the international treaty. So this is the Chinese claim. Here the Bhutanese claim. So the Bhutanese says that China and Bhutan had 24 times border talk. So especially in 1988 and like 1997, Bhutan and China had like agreement on border. The agreement says that the Bhutan and China has to maintain peace and tranquility in the border territory. But but Chinese building road in Doklam is is considered as the unilateral decision. Therefore, the Bhutanese says that the China has violated the agreement that the agreement of 1998 and 1998. So therefore China's Bhutanese says that China has violated the agreement. So this is the Bhutanese claim. So then what is India's claim? So actually the territory is in between Bhutan and China. China occupied Tibet, and so the India's claims India claims that to build road in disputed territory is changing the border status quo. So India said that in 2012 India and China had the border agreement. That the border talk, it says that if India and China wants to demarcate a tri-junction, and so the India and China has to consult with the third party. Third party is like here Doklam area. Third party is Bhutan. So India says that China didn't ask Bhutan about China's building road in this Doklam area. Therefore, the India claims that China has China is changing the border status quo. And another thing is that second thing is that why India interfere in Doklam area is that because India and Bhutan had a treaty. In actually treaty the initial treaty was treaty of 1949 treaty. So 1949 treaty they modified, and then the final treaty India and Bhutan is on 2007. So according to the 2007 treaty, the India and Bhutan India and Bhutan has to cooperate or has to work according to the national interests. Therefore, at that treaty, and that treaty is all, and also the strategic treaty. Therefore, India has responsibility to protect the British, Bhutan's territory. Therefore, Indian army went and then they face off with China. So, so what comes next? So now the Doklam issue actually in the media is very hot actually. So it's become it's going to be an international issue actually. So what comes next? Now still issue is going on. So the many of the experts and scholars, they some scholar and expert says that because of this issue, India and China may have war. But for me, I don't think so that India and China have such kind of war, because Doklam is very tiny, a territory. It's a no man's land. So so that's why it's strategically important, but in terms of economic and other relations. So I don't think so that India and China wage war because of Doklam, because when we start the war, so you have to expand lots of things. Therefore, I don't think so that India and China wage war because of Doklam. And the second assessment is that checking Himalaya back. That is obviously because of the the tension in Doklam, military escalation in these border areas. Obviously, it checks psychologically, the mental and psychology of the Himalaya people, those who living in the border area. So they obviously, because of that threat, they have to shift. They have to, move from their locality to other location. So that perspective, it can affect like that. And the third one is that a high alert in Himalaya border. So because of Doklam issue, now it's India and China has escalated the military. Therefore, both of nation, so they they maintain alarm and alert, something that. So the third one is what more comes. What more comes it's a blank actually, and so no one knows actually what will come. But the expectation is that in September we will have BRICS summit in Beijing. At the BRICS summit in Beijing, the many of the experts and scholars, they predict that Chinese president and Indian prime minister, they sit together and then they sort out the issue in the BRICS summit. So till that the escalation in border, it goes on. So so my main assessment here is that I would say that there is very less chance to have war in India and China because of Doklam. So here I will stop here, and if you have any because it's a very sensitive issue. That's why it's very sensitive issue. So I didn't spoke a very depth way, because when we go to very deep, you will get more trouble, right? So I just went to the surface level and just information like that. So if you really want to know about some detailed things, so I think I stop here, and then I can expect more questions from your side for detailed things. Thank you.
Any questions? No? No questions?
Any questions or comments also?
I have one specific question, because I'm not sure if it's clear, because there is a small scale trade between India and China on some points of the border, like Shipkila and some also between Sikkim and Tibet. Has this issue of Doklam affected this trade in any way?
Yeah,
Does it still go on? So do the traders meet on the border and does it operate?
yeah, absolutely right. Actually, because of Doulam, China start to create another front. So like soon as the Doulam's escalation, so India and China had the face of in recently last week. It's in the Ladakh sector.
Yeah, in Bangkok.
Yeah, in Ladakh sector, and same issue, same case is happening in Ladakh issue, and also like before that, in there's like place called Barakuti in Uttarakhand. So in Uttarakhand also like Barakuti is also disputed territory actually. So and that's where like so the Chinese this one helicopter, they they fly in the place and then they stay some time and then go back. So these two like so far like we had two cases, Barakuti case and the this Pagong Lake case. So it happened. So I think that like China will continue doing like these things, because like in China and India shares more than 3,800 kilometer borders. So there are lots of fronts. So like if you look at the Tawang sector also, so there are many vulnerabilities. So I think that like China continue to pushing India hard like that.
With this, we'll conclude our today's talk series. And I'd like to thank Mr. Tala and thank you all.